Welcome to your next step up the self-publishing mountain.
I'm Matilda Swift, author of quintessentially British cozy mysteries.
And I'm Samantha Cummings, author of young adult books about magic, myths and monsters.
I've written the books,
Changed their covers,
tweaked their blurbs,
tried tools from a dozen ads courses.
and I'm still not seeing success.
Now, we're working together to plot and plan our way from barely making ends meet to pulling in a living wage.
Join us on our journey where we'll be mastering the pen to snag that paycheck.
Hello and welcome to Pen to Paycheck Authors Podcast. I'm Samantha Cummings, here with my co-host Matilda Swift, and we're here to write our way to financial success. We're two indie authors with over a dozen books between us and still a long way to go towards the quit the day job dream. If that sounds familiar, listen along for our Mastery Through Missteps journey. Each week we cover a topic to help along the way, and this week it's Challenge Week! But before we get into that, let's do our wins and whinges of the week.
I am very glad that finally it is my time to be asked this question first on a week when it is Mastermind Week. My win this week is we had our mastermind in the centre of Manchester in a little bookshop where the cafe is also book themed, and it is delightful, and we spent the entire afternoon talking about everything to publishing, and we also did the most onerous parts of our challenge week work together, which was good because it was really horrible.
It was.
But yeah, other wins. I am feeling so good. Like, I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I'm feeling creative. I have spent most of this year just feeling incredibly like I'm squeezing every last inch of time, every last second of time out, and I'm being exhausted the whole time. And I think because I know that I'm about to leave my job, my brain is like, oh, you can finally think about other things. So I went shopping today and spent way too much in our favourite shop that I'm not putting in the show notes because I don't know how to spell it. Sostron Green.
Sostron Green.
Yes, and it was everything in there was like book themed, and like I'm going to decorate my house in that way with all these elements that I bought. And so yeah, lovely. And I've also been planning out, I'm going to meal prep. I'm planning that out. And it just feels like my mind feels a little bit more like it's got space, which is just lovely. So big wins all round. Also, in that vein, I have had this jumper for maybe 4 years, and almost as soon as I bought it, I got a big stain on the shoulder and on the sleeve. And it was like the sort of stain, it's a very pale top, and it's sort of stain where it was just like a little bit too conspicuous. And apart from washing it in the machine, I made no effort to get rid of it because I was like, oh, I'm defeated. I can't be dealing with this. So I just put it away. And then recently I dug it out again. I was like, okay, I can deal with this. I can't be bothered trying to figure out which stain we was going to get whatever stain it was out. I'm just going to buy myself some transfers and iron them on and make the jumper really cute and cool. So if you can see it on the video, I got a bunch of like bookish iron-on transfers. It's a book themed jumper, so it's like it maybe looks a little bit like a 12-year-old has designed this themselves, but I don't care. It is fun and I love it.
It's
so
very
all
cute.
wins this week. Yeah, all wins, and I'm feeling great. How about you?
My win is also Mastermind.
No, I had that already. Sorry.
I know. My whinge is that like this week has gone so fast, but also
also very slow.
Also very slow. Like I feel like I've lived a life in this week, and it's not been my best life. It's been I've just like had loads of stuff on, and like nothing like exciting or anything. I just mean like I had to go shopping on a different day. I had some like an evening where I baked, which took up the whole evening, and basically didn't get to do the amount of writing that I wanted to do this week on the back of coming off the retreat where I did so much writing, and I thought to myself, I'm going to keep this up 2,000 words a day. It's going to be fantastic. No, Sam, that's not how life works. So I've had one of those weeks where the universe decided to remind me that on like a good week you can do that, but that's not this week. And I haven't beaten myself up about it. It's just, it is what it is. It's a whinge, but it also like it's not a bad whinge. It's just like I can't do everything. So
I just feel almost literally unbelievable that the retreat was a week ago. I got back sort of a couple of hours ago, exactly a week ago, and I genuinely, when I was talking to you, was like, was it been a couple of weeks since you were back? No. Time has just disappeared. It's just that the retreat felt such a perfect energizing, living my best life self, and then I've been back in the real world for a week, and it's not been awful. Like I said, I had a really nice week, and I baked a cake on my lunchtime on Tuesday, and I've seen my dad for lunch, and been roller skating, been to writing group, and all those things. But it just feels like, wow, that like dream life was quite far in the past now.
Yeah.
And I also haven't written as much as I wanted to, but partly because it's my taxes this week, and I do have time to not kill myself over trying to do writing and my taxes, which like in theory should not take a long time, but it's just a lot of like downloading of things and putting in the right place so that I don't in future get put in prison. Which is my big fear of my taxes. Next week.
I also want to say that because I was baking as well this week, and I made 2 new things that I've never made before. And we had, at my day job, we were doing a Macmillan Day, which is to raise money for cancer. And
it's not for cancer. We're quite against cancer. It's for
we're against it.
Like
sorry, for
nurses
cancer research
who come in your house and support you when you need to fight cancer.
It's to fight cancer. So we're raising money for cancer against cancer. And even though it wasn't a competition, I love to turn things into a competition. So I spent hours baking, and officially at the end of the day on Friday, I was announced the winner / I asked everyone if I won, and they said, yes, Sam, you won.
They did look really good. We put the picture in the Discord, and they look so good.
Yeah, very, very, very tasty. And
in fact, several people post-retreat this week have baked because we were sad from not having the monks providing cake every day.
Yeah, the only unfortunate downside to this is that I now have eaten so much cake, I feel like I have to stop for a while. Which is not the place I want to be in life, but I accept it. I overindulged, and so now I'm just gonna be eating healthy stuff for a while.
A couple of days, a
couple of days of vegetables, and then get another cake on the go.
But we've had generally a great week this week as well, because it has been Challenge Week, our favourite week that we do once a quarter, where we pick something incredibly unpleasant from our to-do list that we wouldn't do otherwise because it just feels horrible and is weighing us down, and we just take it off and we get it done like superheroes. So what was your challenge for yourself?
So my challenge was to try and tackle the process of moving books from Amazon from one pen name onto another, which is just like something that I've been thinking about for a long time, well, like for this whole year, because I changed pen names, and my old series is obviously under my old pen name. I've got this new pen name. It kind of makes sense to move them, but the idea of doing that was just, I had looked into it previously and it felt like an impossible thing. I do struggle with reading comprehension. Like
that is not true. Amazon wants to make you think that Amazon is gaslighting you.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm just like, I read things and I think, I don't understand. Is this written in English? I can't tell.
That's Jeff Bezos trying to get you.
I know.
Don't fall for his mind tricks.
He's just trying to make me feel dumb. Jeff Bezos and Mark, whatever his name is from Facebook, just trying to ruin my life. I can't think what that guy's name is now. There we go. Yeah, it's like something.
It's very long.
So I don't even remember his name. That's how little he means to me. So I've been putting it off.
We'll be devastated.
Yeah, you will. It was just like a lot. It just seemed like so many things could go wrong, and I've heard horror stories about changing pen names or changing books and having your account shut down and everything. So I didn't want to do it. But today we both sat down, and you really helped me out going through what other people have said and trying to understand what the Amazon guidance stuff was all about. Because at one point I just was like, I can't read this. I have to eat lunch, or I just have to. I just can't.
Need some refueling.
Yeah, I can't do anything. And so I now have a list of the steps that I think I need to take in order to tackle that challenge. I can't do it right now because I don't have the bandwidth or the time in my schedule to do it. But I definitely feel like early next year, when I've got the time to do it, I know, fingers crossed, think that I know the steps to take. And that's just like a weight off my shoulders, because it really has been on my list for the whole year, and I've been not wanting to look at it. And when you asked me what I wanted to do for Challenge Week, and you asked me if I wanted to do this, and my response was kind of like crumpling on myself, like particularly I didn't really want to look at that right now. I'm glad you made me, because now it doesn't seem like like a giant.
And I think it's a positive
pill.
thing, like, because I think you get to release things under a new pen name, and it's going to be like a fresh chance to release something. And we were looking at resources to kind of how can you make the best out of a re-release.
Yes.
Yeah, with everything you've learned with your latest series, I think there's loads of stuff you can do. So
Yeah.
it's a great positive opportunity, but also it's a real pain because, yeah, you do have to read several different things from Amazon. People online have all sorts of conflicting things that might have been right at one time, or they're just a Whisper Network thing you have to figure out. And it's actually incredibly simple, right? Like all you have to do is publish a new book. Like that's it. It's just put a new name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you just think, oh, will I get banned from Amazon? Like, what do I need to do? What am I not thinking about? And there's just like 10 more steps behind it. And you just think, you know what? I'll do that later. It's like, it's the most
always that
task.
Yeah, it's always been that thing where I think I've figured it out, but I don't want to get it wrong, so I'll just do it later.
Yeah.
And I do love kicking a can down the road. I am a big I love just like
it's fun.
leaving something there. I'm okay with like doing that with certain things, but this really did feel like I wasn't kicking a can down the road. I was like rolling one of those giant monster truck tires. It was I can't really keep doing this forever. I'm happy that I've done that. Do you want to? We'll obviously come back to this because we'll talk about how one task turns into a million. Do you want to talk about your what you're doing for this challenge week?
Yes. Well, part of the reason why I made you do this as your challenge week was because my challenge week was just to do all the things like this. So find all the admin that I had kicked down the road, and like just make a list of it. That's all I had to do was like make a list of like what do I think is on my admin list. And sorry, I've got a cat just
I know.
absolutely curling up, pouring everything in my lap, trying to pull the whole laptop down. Yeah, and just try and make a list of it. And it's I think it got to that stage where in my head it was just this like dark swirling cloud of impossible things. And even just to like start to approach the correct cloud felt horrible. And every time there was a new admin thing that kind of came into my head, I was like, oh, not that. And a lot of it is stuff that like I don't need to have done, right? Like we were looking through the list together, and one of the sections of the list is translations, which like nobody on earth needs to do translations. I don't need to do translations. And you were quite rightly trying to say like some of these things in your list are to-dos and they're admin, but some of them are like you're adding new branches to your business. And it made me really realize that like actually what I was thinking of as this dark cloud is like all the things that I should have already done to bring my business to the stage at which I think it should be at. And that does include translations, and really it includes audio, though I'm a little bit less fussy bothered by audio just because I don't think it's as good a win financially as doing translations would be. So, oh gosh, this cat's trying to destroy everything. Sorry, if you go to the ground and disappear, that's
you're really
happened.
struggling.
I know. Yeah, but she's very cute, so can't get rid of her. She's too adorable. Yes. So the list is just like all the things from as small as like I want to change my newsletter footer to include a list of all my books. Right, and that's it. And it's like a tiny thing like that to translate my entire backlist into 4 languages. So, and things that are really amorphous, like improve my sales funnel for my newsletter, which is like, what is that? What's that going to look like? Improve my read through for my books, my latest series. What's it actually look like? But it was so helpful this week just to like get all the amorphous stuff out of my head and onto a page. And then I had kind of got stuck at that stage, was like, and when I handed it over to you, this was like, I don't know what my next bit is, because like I had just wanted to make myself like a vomit draft, almost like a list of like everything that I feel is stuck in my head. And I made the list over a week, so I just wrote down everything I could think of, and whenever a new thought came up, I wrote it down. And I'm deliberately reading Joanna Penn's book that's like successful self-publishing or something. It's in her series. I think it's free at the moment on Amazon, so, or maybe all the time. But yeah, I was just reading through that, trying to be like, okay, this is kind of a comprehensive, all the self-publishing things. I want to see what it throws up in my mind. And I wrote down everything, and it's definitely not everything, right? Like I'm sure things will keep coming up, but it's nice just to have like a list it was vaguely organized, but I would reorganize it if I were going to follow this list. And then I was just sort of stuck, and then I was like, well, I don't want to do these things. That's why I haven't done them already.
You got to that point. It's like the Marie Kondo thing, where it's like you have to take everything that you own out and hold it And like you're kind of like
I'm not a Marie Kondo person.
No, I'm not. I just got it from Gilmore Girls. So of course.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Right, yeah.
So you've taken everything that you own out and you've put it on display in front of you, and then you're like, well, but now
does
what?
It bring me joy? No, it doesn't bring me joy.
Yeah, like exactly.
But I
don't know. Like now, what do I? How do I put them away? Like, what's the process?
Yes. It did feel like a real like get your life in order and like tidy. You're gonna tidy this cupboard, and you start by taking everything out. And you're like, well, now it's worse than it was. Let me just shut that door and walk away forever.
Yeah,
that is how I felt.
Yeah, it was like I was looking at your list, and it was literally every single thing you could think about. It was and it's things like because I know you have things like make sure my author bio is updated on Amazon, and even
which I have attempted before, and Amazon. Jeff Bezos, say it again. Jeff Bezos had foiled me specifically because if you try to put your bio in and you try and update it and it's got something that it doesn't like, it doesn't tell you what it doesn't like, it just won't save it. And I tried several times. I tried Googling what it might not like. I tried like changing things into it. I would say it took me it felt like a year, but maybe like an hour of like trying and failing to update my bio to figure out by process of elimination that it doesn't like it if you have a URL in your bio. And by that stage I just thought, do I want to update my bio more than I want to have my website in my bio? I don't know. So I'm just gonna shut this and walk away, and I'll think about it another time. And there are many things on my to-dos are like that, where it's like I have tried it at some point, I have made some efforts in it, but not systematically, and I have been foiled often by Mr. Bezos, who I feel like we've got something personal, some beef going on. And by one of the billionaires they've been getting at me.
Yeah, always one of those billionaires just trying to drag us down. I think it's funny how this always happens, and we always talk about it, where one task seems like it should take 5 minutes and it ends up taking you an hour. And that's what I had yesterday when I was doing admin stuff. I thought, oh, I'll just do this, like, I can't even remember what admin I was doing. Making some ads for Facebook and doing like updating some social media stuff. And it literally, and I thought I'll do that quickly before I do some writing.
That sounds like a very long task.
Everything,
they've got so many opportunities for failure.
Everything turned into like a multitude of other tasks where it's like the like kind of like hour that I thought I was going to spend doing it turned into 3 hours, and that is publishing. That is like everything that we do is like I've made this list of like how to relaunch a book series, and the list is like say like it's like 10 or 11 things on this list. No, I know that this is actually going to be a list of 50 things. And I can't let myself think about that.
Who wants to start that?
I know.
Who wants to start a list of 50 things just to do one thing?
That's why you're like that's why you're having such problems, because you've listed all the 50 things.
Yeah. No, I haven't listed all 50 things. I've listed all 50 things that are going to turn into 10 more things each.
But you do have a plan, right? So what's your plan to tackle these?
Yes. So I didn't make this plan. I had got to the point of being despondent and wanting to throw the towel in. And I was like, this is not for me, actually. I regret this challenge week completely. But mercifully, we made a challenge week just before we were to meet up. And again, another shout out for masterminds. This is a great thing to do because like I had reached a point at which like I had run out of steam and like I had run out of creative energy by putting the list together to think of any solutions to my problems. I was like, I hate everything. I hate my life. I don't want to do any admin. And you were trying to be helpful by giving me like suggestions of like, oh, why don't you pick the things that are most important? Like everything is most important, and also everything is interconnected. So it's like if I pull one like they're like little Jenga things. If I pull one thing out, a bunch of other tasks follow, and I need to solve those problems as well. And then it was like, oh, why don't you pick the thing that brings you most money? So it's like I could do, but actually to do that, I need to like do a lot of interconnected things as well. And I don't like, even doing the thing that brings me most money, like it would be improve my newsletter. Like that's actually the thing that I least want to do. Yeah, I know what to do for that one. Only the experiments I want to run, but like if I had to expand all the tasks within there, you know, that probably is 100 tasks realistically, and it's a lot of stuff. And it's like, and some of the other stuff I could make in the time it would take me to do those 100 tasks. I could make more impact by doing 10 other tasks from different areas. And I don't want to prioritize it. I'm looking at these pages and pages of lists. It's like, and I just want to shut this book and walk away. Surely it's enough to have just made the lists. And that's where I would have maybe got to in the past. I have got a lot of books of lists, and then you just sort of run out of steam of being like, what am I going to do next? However, then you just kept coming with like different solutions. And I think I am definitely a person who I like to think through things by finding problems, which I think some people do not appreciate as a conversational style, and they just stop talking to me. But
I enjoy the back and forth. It does feel like slightly arguing, but I don't mind it.
But it's arguing because otherwise I won't believe it.
Yeah,
otherwise I'll have the arguments in my head later by myself, and I'm like, well, that was nonsense. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's very much like verbal tennis, and I do enjoy the back and forth. So don't worry.
I'm very glad because it was a lot of stuff. Was like, I can see how that is a good question to ask and a good suggestion, but it doesn't fix a problem I have at all.
Yeah.
Because fundamentally I don't want to do any of these things, right? Because otherwise I would have done them by now.
Yeah.
So I need to find a way in which the obstacles that I'm having are taken away. And like one of the obstacles is like I just can't see them, and I can't break them down, and I can't prioritize, I can't move them. I'm stuck with just this like the amorphous cloud from my head, and getting down to paper, it's still an amorphous cloud on paper. But you persisted in different suggestions, and I think you were suggesting Jira. I personally absolutely really hate Jira. I do have a Jira. I find it only really works some things for me, like that I can make it a timeline. I struggle to visualize with Jira. But I do have a Trello board, and I do really like Trello, and I use Trello for work, so I tend not to use it outside of work. But since I'm about to quit work, Trello become my out of work admin person, my little sidekick. And I think the benefit of Trello is I like being able to move cards around. And you can really visualize like how much you have, because you can see how many cards are in each list, and you can move them around. You can also like trick your little dopamine receptors by making some of the columns shoot confetti at you if you put things in the columns. So I can complete things and get confetti. I can color code them. I can really visually, you can put pictures in it, so you can like make yourself little cover cards and divide in sections, and I can put it on my big screen and zoom all the way out and see like, okay,
it's the best.
It's a lot, but like I can move these around. I can see how much there is.
I love a good Kanban board. I used to plot all my novels. I used to do all my beat sheets in Trello. Because you could see and you could move things around, and you could really see the balance of like your different acts and stuff. So I love that. I love the visual. Like, oh, there's too many things in that column. I feel like that's like a problem.
But also, like, there's not a lot in that column. That column is probably not properly broken down. And I think it will help me being able to like, I love using a label in Trello. I can like color code stuff, and I can also, one of the things we were talking about was like, there's just a lot of big stuff in there. Could I make a column just of quick wins, or like color code some quick wins? So that I think what I want to do is also put in like time estimates. So that someone suggested that in the Discord at some point about improving their to-do list by giving time estimates. And I do try and do that, but I really struggle because every one task turns into 10 tasks. And so what I might try and do is like put a time estimate in and then assume that it will take 10 times as long. And then when it does not really, maybe it takes 5 times as long, then pick some quick wins to fill in that time. So give myself like an hour of admin, and then I get to do as much as I can do in that hour. And I should pick a task that I think will only take an hour. And then if I've got any spare time, some quick wins. And that will feel like I am doing things, I'm achieving things. Also make sure I'm leaving time every week to just be breaking down the tasks I'm going to do that week, and just be like subdividing them into as many smaller tasks as I can think, so that I do not always feel like foiled by, reaching tasks that are like, improve your sales funnel, which is not a task.
No, that's not a task. No, that's a wish. That's a different thing completely.
A lot of my to-do list is just like concepts, amorphous concepts that I would like to happen with no indication of how it's going to go. So so I think I want to set up really good ways that like I will actually do it, rather than assuming I'm going to become a better person who just does their to-do lists. Like, I'm just going to become that saintly person who just like sees improve your sales funnel, and they're like, let me go and do that. No, I'm the sort of person who I want to grumble about it, spend like my Monday just dividing that apart and making myself lists of things to do and like things to experiment with, because I love the research, right? So if every Monday if everybody's admin task was like research things on your to-do list this week, such as like read a bunch of articles about how to improve sales funnels. What a lovely Monday. And then put together a plan for the rest of the week's admin tasks. Great. I could do that. That is much easier than just like tackling with no guidance. Improve sales funnels.
Yeah, that's
so yes,
just...
be prepared to see the world's best Trello board.
As much as I hate to say it, and I said it to you today, it's like, if that's not a smart, whatever the word is, smart goal. Yeah, like you can't just say improve something. You need to know exactly how and why and where you're going with it. I think you have come away from that list with a better attitude.
And immediately after that was when I think partly like I am getting so many things better in processes and like understanding myself better that it's really freeing up my mind to be like, okay, can you tackle something else? Like when we were coming here from that, I decided that I'm going to like really meal prep all my meals in advance. I think we talked about this before when I was saying post retreat as like what I want is just to be able to like have the equivalent of going down to the monastery, going down to lunch, and be like sit down and have your lunch, think about it. But today I really thought about like how am I actually going to practically do that, and I've ordered some little like breakfast divider cup things to put like yogurt and granola in to have those just sat in the fridge. I've planned out a meal prep for like 10 meals that contain all the same base ingredients that I can cook all at once, but they are 10 different meals. I just pull one out of the fridge at a time. I was like, oh, I feel like such a sense of relief. And even just thinking, I know this sounds like such a simple thing, but like it is really thinking about like what works for me. Like I'm not going to become somebody who just magically loves to cook every single meal. I don't want to cook even once a day, let alone twice a day. That feels like that would be if I were in purgatory or hell, like whatever those places are. Like that would be for me. But like every you have an ingredients fridge. You give an ingredients fridge for every meal. I'm like, no, what did I do wrong in my life?
Yeah, for me that's like perfect. Like repetitive action and interacting with stuff is great for me, but you do not like a repetitive task. It's not for you.
I feel like my life is being stolen moment by moment. I can feel it being drawn out of me.
I'm such a like I love the idea of meal prep, and I do sometimes I have the same meals like throughout the week because I like regularity. I like to like know what's coming. I hate having to make a decision. But I will admit to drinking Huel for lunch quite a lot because like
if I could afford that, like it's so expensive. If I could afford that, but then also it's not that expensive for what it is.
It's not. No, it's not. I used to be. I've only just cancelled my subscription. I've had it. I had a subscription for like 4 years, 5, maybe even 5 years. Like literally, I had Huel as a meal, usually breakfast every
People
day.
Don't know. It's Soylent Green.
Yeah, it's
There's people.
It's like
it's a meal replacement. It's got like all vitamins and stuff. It's a protein shake with just extra things in.
Yeah, it's like just a healthy, quote unquote healthy way to get vitamins and minerals, and then not have to choose it. Basically, a healthy milkshake, and that for me is often that for me is often like a perfect thing. And sometimes if I'm at work and I haven't made any lunch, I'll just go and grab a Huel from the shops. Like I don't want to think about it at all. So I understand your plight, and I'm very proud of you for like planning stuff.
But it's taken like having enough like mental energy in that direction to actually plan it, because like obviously I'm aware of the concept of meal prepping. I have done this before, and like
you saying you didn't invent this.
I've got two phases in the past where I've done like meal prepping on a Sunday night, and it's like one big meal, so like a big tuna pasta bake, which like I do like, but actually I live by myself, so I actually really get sick of it, because I get sick of my favorite meals because I have to eat 6 meals in a row, which is actually very annoying. But then I was like, I can meal prep and I could do it a different way. So again, it just took like having a little bit more mental energy in that direction to put it towards kind of thinking of a solution to this, and that has come out of tackling my to-do list, which had just taken up it didn't feel like it took up a lot of space in my head, but it took up a lot of energy to keep putting off. And obviously there was a large portion of my like brain power that was going towards it.
I'm the same. Like having looked at what it would take to bring my old book series under my new name, I feel like I've taken a step towards making my business, like expanding my business, even though it's stuff that I've already done. I still feel like I'm expanding into new territory. Just even just by knowing how it works, it feels like I've done something good for myself, and I feel more like I'm in line now with like the way that I'm supposed to be running the business and where I'm heading with it. I feel so much more lighter, that I no longer have to worry about the fact that I'm carting around 2 pen names, because that's the difficult thing, that I'm still like trying to advertise the werewolf series that's under my old pen name, but it doesn't align now because all my social media has changed into my new pen name, and it kind of was feeling very disjointed. And if I hadn't have picked this task, I would have continued to do all this disjointed stuff that probably was going to confuse a lot of people, and it does confuse people even now, because I'm just so obviously openly talking about the fact that my new pen name is Samantha B. Cummings, and this is my whole new thing, that bringing up Frances June feels really like clunky. Like I have to explain, like that was a pen name. It's almost like having to explain like some weird backstory that you've got, but it's not
also
exciting.
like it's not even that weird. Like it's just a small thing. People are so easily confused, and I feel like the universe is really trying to show me that at the moment. So like at work we were running some Facebook ads, and the marketing colleague was just absolutely mystified by the fact that I think a dozen people had signed up to take a class from this Facebook ad. She's like, oh, the course is a success. We've got a dozen people signed up, and not a single person confirmed with the follow-up email the details that we needed for them to pay for it. And she's like, I don't understand. I was like, I can tell you what's happened. Not a single one of them noticed the price. And she's like, that can't be true. I put it on there twice. And I was like, people are not that great at reading.
Yeah.
They won't have seen the price, even though you put it on there twice. And she's like, I don't believe that. And it took us doing several follow-up emails. So I was like, I think that might be the case. And then also, my favorite croissant shop, the one with the queue down the street every single week.
Of course.
I was there this week, obviously. It's my favorite Saturday activity post-gym. 3 people on Saturday, I overheard them being confused, thinking the shop was sold out, because the sign on the door says it's called Mother, and it says Mother, Saturday 10 sold out, Sunday 10 sold out. And what they mean is we open at 10 and we close when we run out of bread.
Yes.
And croissants. And I would say this sign is very confusing, right? But like if you stop and think about it for 2 seconds, it does not possibly mean that they have sold out of all the things now, when you can see the queue out the door and you can see in the window it's full of croissants. But like 3 people I either overheard or they directly asked me, is it sold out? Do you have to book in advance for your stuff? I was like, no, that's not what it means. But it's just like, it's so, people are, and obviously I am in areas of my life, right? I'm sure there's things that I overlook, but like, people are so easily confused that just having 2 names is just like,
oh yeah,
I'm out. I don't get it. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Can't be right. And so I think like just taking a bit of friction out of that is just going to improve things immeasurably.
Yeah.
But for you have to go through an enormous amount of friction to fix it. You have to battle the Bezos to get through it.
Oh my god. It's going to be like K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm going to get my own song. That's fine. I know all the songs.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to mentally tackle it when I'm doing all these things, because I'll be doing them early next year.
What's the big like boss of the demons down in the underworld called?
I don't remember. Like I don't remember all the names. Yeah. I don't know
name a single person apart from Derpy Tiger in it. But I love it.
Rumi? Is that one of them?
That's like a Persian poet.
Yeah. I really like have. I have
it's
no
irrelevant.
idea. Yeah.
Names are not important.
Names are important. Yes, that's. I'm going
anyway.
To
yes, I think if you picture him like the big like underworld boss.
Yeah, and I am a K-pop demon hunter.
Yeah,
ready to slay with a great song. That'll make it more fun.
And you need to do some carb loading before you do it. That's what you need to do.
Always. Like I had double carbs for dinner tonight, so I'm prepped. Forever carb
anyway,
loading.
we are off topic.
Yeah.
So you picked kind of one key area, and in fact, it wasn't your original plan at all. No. I believe you into an affiliate plan to your original plan. So your original plan was to get a BookBub.
Yes, my original plan is BookBub, and then kind of like all this was the fallout, because doing a BookBub deal, basically what I want to do with this book series is get it, because it's like now officially my backlist, a complete series in my backlist. It's the first one. It's now the thing that I get to play with to try and make it generate income whilst I'm doing other stuff. So that was really where I wanted, like, that's where I was going with this originally, is that I wanted to get a BookBub deal because I wanted to wait till the series is completed. in order to like attempt to get one. So I will be applying for BookBub stuff and seeing if I can get a deal, and effectively just
old Francis June books, but after moving them into Samantha B. Cummings.
Yes. So it's just I just wanted to start the process of making that series something that was included in my current business that was going to be generating more money, and I wanted to tackle like the the quote unquote monster that is marketing a backlist, which is something I've never done before. I've never had the opportunity to do it. So BookBub deal. I've also got my list like to create a box set, and then also to do this whole rebranding thing and getting
because there's no point doing that unless it's going to lead into sales for your new series and build your current brand.
Yeah. So it's like this whole thing. It feels really like big and not scary, just like it's just big. It feels like a big deal, and it's probably the biggest thing that I've done, what I will be doing, because writing books and publishing books is just like the bread and butter, and all this extra stuff is really the stuff that is not make or break, but it feels like it's make or break, because I feel like anything that you do to your Amazon account, because I've heard such like horror stories, anything you do to your Amazon account could lead to something bad, like losing your account.
Which is worst case scenario, but like even best case scenario, even if something small goes wrong, you're fighting with the weird people at the other end of the Amazon chat who all just give you a line that's like pulled out of a hat, like not relevant to your case at all. Then you have to spend time getting to a supervisor who might be a person who says, "Hello, I am the supervisor," and it's just the same person with different voice. And you get them on the phone, they're like, "Oh, you've already reported this through chat." It's just like it is not easy, and it's not. So you don't want to do anything that might hit an obstacle, because you can't really solve an obstacle without a lot of unhelpful conversations. So you're tackling then kind of one big to-do list thing, which is sort out the backlist.
Yes.
Having seen my beautiful list of to-do list items, do you feel it's going to lead you to creating your own Trello board of every possible thing that he's doing?
Yes. I abandoned my Trello to-do board because I started using there's like a little fly. I started using Notion to track projects and things, so just like to dump all my business information in there so that it was easy to access and have all the tabs. So I stopped using Trello as my to-do list, and obviously then resorted to actual post-its on the wall, which I've done such a good job of getting rid of. I'm not joking. The post-its on the wall now are very minimal.
We can't see them, but your face says
minimal for me. So I can see wallpaper underneath, which I couldn't really do before. But I think I will go back to Trello boarding and making columns and breaking down tasks, because it is really helpful to see them. And it's really helpful. I love when you complete something, you get to like shove it in a done folder and see that I just love chipping away at stuff. I make a list every day of my life. I make some sort of list for something so I can tick things off. And that's a strategy I know and love. And I know that if I make a list, I get things done. This is my notebook, which nobody obviously, you can't hear this. I'll ASMR it for you.
Oh, my least favourite. Thank you.
On the video, I've got this notebook that is called my lists notebook, and I write lists constantly in it. Every time I sit down to do something, I'll write a list in here. So I'm going to go in Trello. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to put dates on stuff, and I feel like
be adding other to-do.
Yes, of course.
items.
I'll put all my to-do items on it. Yes. I will.
So I think that bugs me about Trello, actually, and this is a very apologies to anyone listening who isn't a Trello obsessive, is that there's no like sub card. So you can have like cards, but I want like a sub card that's like slightly indented.
Yes.
And because I don't like a checklist. I don't like not being able to see everything that I'm looking at that I need to do. And I need to figure out some sort of way to visually represent those. And I do quite like a card with like a cover card with like a picture on. So I might make my main things picture cards, and then my sub cards regular cards. I don't know. But anyway, as I said, apologies to anyone who is not obsessed with Trello. But you'll be jealous when I've got my to-dos done. You'll be wishing you run Trello.
It's so good for people who need to visualize or like just to see everything. That's why I have post-its and everything, because if I can't see it, I have this like permanence thing where if I can't see it, I forget about it. And
I don't forget about it, it just becomes like part of the grey clouds in my head, and it just
I can
me
literally
out.
forget about things. I just forget things exist. If I can't see them, I forget they exist, and that's a big problem for me. And that's why I've obviously got shares in post-its. I created post-its, invented them, and I have to have things directly in eyeline, which is why I kind of live in a very messy place, because I can't really put things away, because if I do, I'll never touch them again. So a Trello board is perfect for me. What my dream would be that I have a screen which is basically a wall.
I knew you were going to say that.
An interactive. I know we always talk about like
Trello board, you can like move the cards with your fingers, with your hands. You like swish, swish, swish. That's everyone's dream. Obviously, that is everyone's dream.
I want a wall that is a computer screen. I don't understand why this isn't something that's in our house. It's 2025. We're in the future.
Get on this.
Yeah, I want a wall.
I'll pay so much money for that as well. Yeah,
that is a wall that is a screen, interactive.
No, I can
want it to
be
a Trello board.
I want it to be like a hologram that you can pull up anywhere you are.
So I was like, so you could do with the Google glasses things or whatever they are.
The concept freaks me out. I don't understand how it's right in front of your eyes.
That's exactly what you just said you wanted.
No, I want it to be a big screen, like projected before me.
You want other people to be able to see it.
That's fine. They don't exist. I'm the main character. They're irrelevant.
That's true.
Yeah, I want like a Minority Report screen just like zoom up in front of me and I can swish things around.
Yes.
And then I'll tab it back down again, minimize it.
Yeah, the idea of wearing those like cool gloves that he wears are just like on the fingers, pinching things, like zooming into pictures. Yeah, I do. That is a dream technology. Yeah. I would
but just
love
to get
that.
back to the real world, just in case anyone's not heard of Trello, it basically is 3-dimensional. It's basically digital post-it notes. It's very useful and it's free.
Digital.
Anything that you would want to use it with, that you want to do with it is free.
Yeah, it's free.
It is part of Atlassian. I don't know if that's how you say it. Which is also
never
Jira.
Say it right. Yes, it is. It's a lot
sure
of things. Atlassian is a company who creates all sorts of solutions for planning. I'm not. This is like an advert.
It works for them.
Welcome to Atlassian. They just have loads of different things for planning and stuff, and it's so convoluted. And don't go down any rabbit holes. Just look at Trello or Jira, and that's it. Don't look at anything that links up to them. Don't get involved. It's the worst. As soon as you start getting involved with what they're doing, you all of a sudden have accounts with like 10 different things, and you don't know how they connect to each other.
I do have that for work.
Yes, me too. And it's the worst thing in the world. Just stick to Trello. Trello's great. That's all you want.
And it's got different views, but I always just use the board view. You can have different boards. You can have 10 free boards, but I like to have everything on one board so I can see it all at once.
Currently, I do have 10 boards, so I need to go through and clear them. I also have a board for all of the story ideas that I have for future books. And that is... you can scroll obviously to the side, so you can scroll up and down to see what like your list of post-its. So your post-its going to stack on top of each other, but you can scroll to the side as well and add new
columns of post-its.
Yes. I can't tell you how many columns are in that in that particular board, but I have to scroll maybe 10 times to get to the end. It's a lot, so I don't go in there often because I think I can't think about all these stories that I've got up in my head, which if I were to look at the title of one or the idea of one or like the whatever synopsis that I've written, would immediately want to go and write it because I would just get so absorbed in my own thoughts for it. So I can't look at that board. That's closed off for the moment.
Okay.
But Trello is just my favourite thing. So excited to get back into it.
Notion, but Trello is just for my to-dos. And I think I'm gonna get organised. I'm going to do everything.
Yeah.
But also I think it will take me a long time, and that is fine. I think I feel like approaching it now because when I go full time, I'm going to do writing in the morning. After lunch, I'm going to come back and do a little bit of writing, and then I'm going to have a solid couple of hours of admin. I think that's what's going to work to get me 3,000 words a day and move my admin list along. And I do think it will probably take at least a year to work through all my admin on my admin list.
100% your list is insane. I do think it's a year, but I also think that a lot of it is just setting you up for success. I feel like it's just setting yourself up to like get to that level where then it's just maintenance. So You've
Yeah.
just
And it sounds insane, right? The idea of having like a year's worth of admin, but it is a lot of stuff where, like, again, it's not necessary. It's like a big part of the project is getting translations underway, and that it sounds like, oh, just like sign up to Scribe Shadow and then put the translations in, but like it's not nothing. It's like it's easily a week's work just to like get your Scribe Shadow, get all the files you want, separate them out, decide the titles, figure out your keywords, like all of that to even just like get conceptually started is a week's work. And then process the files, do the covers, uploading them in one language, like that's another couple of weeks' work. So it's like I want to be generous with myself and think like there is a year's worth of work here. And a lot of it is just like it's stuff that works all right now. Like my website is all right. I've got a website, it's fine, but like it's not up to date. It doesn't look very pretty. It's exactly how it was when I made it 6 years ago, at like 5 a.m. instead of all night to do it. It's like, and it does its job and it's fine. But there's things I want to do which will come to in a couple of episodes time about generative engine optimization. There's like, again, it's little bits, so it's like each individual thing isn't necessarily going to take ages that I want to do in there, but to kind of bring it up to where it should be is a couple of weeks work, like everything. And then there's so many couple of weeks bits of work that there's a year, which is depressing 100%. Actually.
But that's the thing, most of this job is admin, and I like doing admin, but it's so difficult because it's consistent. It is consistent. But we are admin machines. I feel like a to-do list and some
I don't feel
energetic.
like an admin machine.
No, you're not. I always say this to people whenever I talk about anything. You're not doing it alone. Particularly like you and me, we're not doing it alone. We can bounce ideas off each other and tackle things together.
Yes, and that was very helpful today. You're like, if you get to your website stuff and you just get sick of looking at it, like just let me play around on it and have a look at it. Like, yes, that does feel helpful. And just knowing that like we have a Discord and knowing there's a no stupid questions section in there that like you can just ask for help with something that you're like, I definitely should know how to do this, but I thought of something for my list, sorry. Like I asked before in it. I should know how to do this and I have not done it and I'm now too ashamed to not know how to do it. Please help.
Yeah. Yes, there is no shame in asking in the no stupid questions section, because we all just bypass stuff where you think, I'll get to that later, then all of a sudden later is a few years and everyone thinks you're doing something and you're not. Yeah. That's life.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should have an episode at some point about like a confessions episode, like an amnesty of like things that I think I'm meant to be doing right now and I'm not doing.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's probably so many things. We already talked about some stuff that I definitely don't do that you were like, didn't you have this problem? And I was like, no, I don't do that.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like we've got our 100th episode coming up at some point. So maybe it's post 100 episodes. When people are convinced that we've made it 100 episodes, we know what we're talking about. We're not complete idiots. We can have like an amnesty episode.
Yeah.
We are a bit idiots.
Yes. I am happy to tell people how stupid I am. It's fine. I'll take one for the team.
But it's often something you don't know that you don't know, or like you've put it off for so long you've just pushed it out of your head.
Yeah, I definitely know the things that I should be doing that I'm not. But I just figure if I can keep getting away with it, or if nobody if my business works without things, then fine.
It's a lot of my admin stuff, right? It's like my website is fine. It could be doing a lot more for me. And like I want to have a blog on there, and I do my books up to date and the metadata up to date, and it's just like, it's fine. But like if I had to report into a boss about it, they'd be like, why is the website like this? The company website is terrible. Why have you not updated it for 6 years? Like, I don't know. I didn't want to do it for 6 years. So I will work on things like that. So that is my admin list. Is my year's worth of admin is getting the boss to stop shouting at me.
Yes, I will be the boss and I'll shout at you.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
I feel like I've exhausted what I was going to say. Are you happy with everything that you've said?
Yes, I am hopeful that everyone else took the chance to do a challenge week. And took something horrible off their to-do list. As always, if you want to tell us about it in the Discord, please do, and get some cheering on for your unpleasant tasks. I feel so much better, and like this week has been incredibly unpleasant doing this list. I have really not enjoyed doing it, and I felt that like black cloud of just like there's so much. It's got real swamps of despair for me. It's just like I spent so long not thinking about it, like pushing it back on my head, that it just feels like it's gone rotten. It's like a very unpleasant experience, like trying to look at it and face things that I should have done, or that I just don't want to do. And I do hate admin. That's why I've never had an admin job for me.
Yes, that's true. Okay, well, no, I'm glad that you are feeling better about it, for sure. Next week we are going to be doing our Q3 review. How do you feel about that?
Not great.
Just to bring you down a peg or two.
No, it's very helpful. I'm so glad we do these reviews, because I set myself some really big goals for Q3.
Yes.
And spoiler alert, I don't think I did any of them. But I do often find that when I look back at the list, like, oh, I have done some of these, but I have definitely not done it in the professional way that I wanted to do it. And like I think I'm going to take this quarter as a practice of like, I want to do this sort of thing. I want to have this sort of template, but I just have not had time while also working to really follow through in it as I want. But I am just iterating and improving. So I think next week I am hoping that I've secretly done my Q3 goals without noticing. That's my big plan. But also reviewing what they are, and like really going through addressing like why I thought I would do it, why I maybe didn't do it, or hopefully did, would be very helpful. So hopefully everyone else has also got their Q3 goals to hand and can review those. How do you feel about yours?
The same. I haven't really looked at the list for a while. Last time I looked at it, I felt like I was on track with everything that I'd put on there, but by accident.
Well, good for you.
I know. I'd set goals that I kind of knew I'd already set things in motion, so it was kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I feel like I will have accidentally completed a lot of things, but I'm excited to see what it is, and definitely for Q4, I want the goals that I set to be more specific and more. I want to tackle them with a bit more dedication. I've let it slip a little bit. When we first started this, I was really on it, and I set a lot of time aside to do the goals. And I feel like I have settled into a level of comfort I don't deserve with the last quarter.
We've both been like ramping up our writing and publishing.
Yes.
So it's like we are pushing up the limit of like spending all of our time on everything to our business. And that when we add these extra goals, it's like, well, I didn't magically gain more time in Q3. So when did I think I was going to do these extra things?
Yes, that is true, but still, I feel like I could have been better at looking at the list a little bit more, just to keep me make sure that I'm like on the straight and narrow, just to make sure I was going down the right path. So
I think mine were like my to-dos, in that like I just couldn't face them, and they just became this dark cloud of like things I know I'm not doing.
Yeah,
and so I will not look at them. But again, I'm gonna clean slate. This is I'm a situation. We hand in our Q3 goals, and there's no blame here. Hopefully,
no.
And we can talk about the review and see what went wrong, if anything did go wrong, and make better plans for Q4.
Yes,
when I will not be working.
Oh,
which
don't
is
rub
so
it in.
exciting. I'm very excited. I'm excited for both of us.
I'm very, very excited.
I'm testing it for us.
Can't wait. Yes, it's so much fun. So thank you very much to everyone for listening. Hopefully you took some things away. Hopefully we spurred you on to maybe tackle something awful that you've had on your list as well. Did you just put your hand up?
Because I forgot what we were going to say about the Discord.
About the Discord?
No, because we've been on retreat, we've not been in the Discord as much recently, but we are back on it. So we are both jumping in this week with 2 feet.
Yes, thank you for raising your hand for that. Yes, we will be in Discord far more. I've just let the ball drop on a lot of things. I feel like I've just been in a bit of a coma, a post-retreat coma, and I'm coming out of it. Yeah, Discord is going to be kicking off. If you liked any of this and you want to donate some money towards the podcast, feel free to visit the link in our show notes, which takes you to the coffee page, and you can throw some pennies our way to help us pay for this thing, because it all comes out of our pocket at the moment, but it'd be great if we could get some help. And we have some people who donate on a monthly basis, and some people who throw us some money every now and again. It's very appreciated. But yeah, the more the merrier. So join in, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Pen to Paycheck Authors.
Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to learn how to write your way to financial success.